movie fans, welcome to Cold and Trash Horror Movie Grinding Podcast. I am your host, Ian. This is the show in which we grind on the absolute worst horror and sci-fi movies we can find and make fun of just how bad they are, as well as praise the good cult classics that have been lost throughout time. Now get ready, because we're about to dive real deep inside of Hollywood's dumpster in search of the good, the so bad it's good, and the fucking ugly. Now put on your seatbelt, grab a beer or two, and enjoy the show. Welcome back. I'm Ian, and today is your two-way ticket to midnight. Call it Heavy Metal 2000. That's right. We're doing the very unpopular successor to the cult classic Heavy Metal 2000 from the year 2000. It's got Michael Ironside in it and some others. Billy Idol's in it and some others. I think a porn star is in it or of some sort. I don't know. It's got 5.4 stars on IMDb. It is definitely very unpopular amongst fans and non-fans alike. People who loved heavy metal hated this movie. People who did not love heavy metal hated this movie. I think it's underrated, and we'll get into that. I think that parts of it are enjoyable, but parts of it are pretty bad. For those who hate it, I understand the hate. I totally get it. It's definitely not good, but those who like it, I get that too. It has some good parts to it. I think it has a lot of good potential in it. I definitely enjoyed some parts of it, but we'll talk about it. Like I said, I understand the hate. Like I'm not even gonna try to persuade anybody about it, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Speaking of heavy metal, last week I had the High Desert Queen shirt. This time I'm repping Mothership. Check this band out, Mothership. They're from Dallas, Texas. They are fucking badass. Look at this. This is also a heavy metal esque. You know, you got the Babe, you got the Skulls, you got the Motorcycle Over the Moon. It's fucking great. Check them out, Mothership. They're amazing. Also another band from Texas, Constant Cadavers from my good buddy Sloan, who's here. Sloan, what's up?
Hey, thanks for the shout out.
Yeah,
Man,
of course.
so is there any connection with that mothership?
Oh, I get it. Mothership Connection by Parliament, man. That is probably one of the greatest albums of all time. But it's not the same Mothership.
Just gonna say, with my aerodynamicy, things usually go over my head, but man, that took a second.
No, I still got it. The people listening probably want it. But yeah, welcome back to the show. You were here last week.
Oh, definitely.
You're a lifelong fan of heavy metal, but you were telling me you just saw this movie, Heavy Metal 2000, for the first time.
Yeah, I think I tried to watch it a long time ago when it first came out, but I was young, dumb, and ugly and didn't necessarily know how to think about it or even actually ascertain it. And now that I'm my age right now, I still don't know how to ascertain it.
Yeah.
In all honesty,
It has its problems.
it's a love-hate situation.
I think it has potential. It has so much potential to be so good, but they fucked up so bad.
Yeah, the first quarter of it's just like, okay, I like this a lot, and then it's just like, all right, you guys just like really threw everything out the window. And I mean, that really brings into context of what we were talking about last week about the whole Adult Swim situation, which I'll let you roll that on.
Yeah, speaking of which, Adult Swim, we were talking about how heavy metal pretty much paved the way for Adult Swim, the channel on Cartoon Network, and the host of a Adult Swim, unofficial Adult Swim podcast is here. He was here last time too, but Steven, aka TueDaNK, is back. Welcome back from Deeper and Deeper podcast.
How'd it do?
Are you there? Oh, there you are.
Thanks for having me back again. This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome back. So you also, well, you are not a lifelong fan of heavy metal, and you just saw that, and you just saw this. So we're all different. I just saw heavy metal like, I don't know, 10 years ago. Someone saw it longer than that. But I also saw Heavy Metal 2000. Steven, you just saw both of them for the first time. So
No, yeah, I'm on a heavy metal ride right now. That's kind of fucking cool. Every week I get a new heavy metal. It's fucking awesome, man.
He keeps having to get new tickets for midnight.
Yeah, I keep trying, man.
So let me ask you. So you raved about heavy metal last week. How do you feel about Heavy Metal 2000?
Well, dude, it was really stupid. I stopped it. I didn't finish it. Am I
Really, you
supposed
didn't
to
finish it?
Am I supposed to am I supposed to be here? I didn't finish the movie.
Seriously?
No, yeah. I finished the movie.
I passed out 3 times watching this movie. Like it gets hard later.
Yeah.
No, I got
no,
one
totally.
thing to say about Heavy Metal 2000. It's one word. Zeke.
Ah.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Nice. I first saw it I saw parts of it in like 2001, 2002, or shortly after it first came out. I was like, this is cool, but I never saw it. Then like years later I saw parts of it. Then I saw heavy metal. And then like I don't know, a few years ago I saw heavy metal 2. What is going on with you right now?
He's transforming into like Super Saiyan like 95 over there.
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about it.
Okay, Bruno.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've always heard that like people hated this movie, but like I don't know, I enjoy parts of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it has potential, but so Steven, you pretty much hated it. Is that
Dude,
is that fair to say?
I pretty much did not enjoy it. I mean, again, like I feel like I'm on the right podcast because I did enjoy laughing at it a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as like enjoying it for what it is, nah.
And Sloan, how about what's your?
You know,
I mean, you fell asleep 3 times, like you said.
in all honesty, I think I fell asleep because it was lackluster on the tits. I'm kidding. They only had like 2 or 3 segments where the original had like 19.
Yeah,
like by the first
like
5 minutes. But yeah,
every couple minutes, and it was just like gratuitous for heavy metal, like
yeah.
I
I do want to say that the music was a little more like attuned
metal
to what they were actually doing. I think they learned that they weren't going to get sued ahead of time at this point by using copyrighted stuff. So
dude, I like listening to this soundtrack. I was missing the old soundtrack. Honestly,
that's very true. Yeah,
that's a good point.
We needed some Journey going on this one.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that like a lot of people say that the original heavy metal, they say it's not actually heavy metal. Yeah, it was Journey and Stevie Nicks, Don Felder, and most heavy metal we get is Black Sabbath, and it's like, but I'd say it's more iconic though. Like, Heavy Metal 2000 has a great soundtrack, and it's definitely much more metal.
Along the lines of the grunge aspect. But
yeah, we got Pantera in there. We got like,
dude, there was a song that happened during the like dog fight, like the first like
that's Pantera.
Fight.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember thinking that the singer to that song sounded like he was singing to a different song that also sucked.
Again, that's Pantera. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's definitely much more metal. However, definitely more forgettable. Like original heavy metal soundtrack is so iconic. Like you got the ba bow 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 ba da 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 ba da,
Yeah,
or like
they
it's your
combined a
one
lot
way
of
ticket to midnight.
they combined a lot of like the classic introductory metal, since the original was 1981, but also going into synthwave, and that was something brand new coming in during that time, and that
Right.
was
And which this one has more like industrial,
exactly.
which was fine for his time. I think that soundtrack was like pretty much spot on for 2000.
I mean, shit. Early 2000s, you could have had Baila He, Baila Ho, Baila Ha,
Dude.
Baila Ha Ha.
You just made that dogfight scene so much better. Honestly,
Yeah, man. Honestly, I thought that was like the highlight of the soundtrack right there. It was fantastic. Like,
but if it was fucking
Now it's
Numa
Ozone.
Numa,
anyway, let's move on to the trailer. I'm going to play that right here for Heavy Metal 2000.
Tief in der Stille des endlosen Weltalls
Oh shit, it's not
ist
in
ein Mann
English.
auf der Suche nach Unsterblichkeit und eine Frau auf der Suche nach Rache.
Well, that's awkward.
Doch wenn sie
didn't
auf
realize-
dich
fucking
zukommt
German.
und sie dich sucht,
I think
würdest
you
du
can get just as
leben
much out
wollen?
of it.
Die entscheidende Schlacht um Leben und Tod steht bevor. Die Ewigkeit hat ein Ende. Mach dich bereit für Heavy Metal Fact 2.
I don't have any good songs from the movie.
Wenn du jemanden umbringst, dann überzeug dich davon, dass er auch tot ist.
Titties!
Noch jemand eine dumme Frage?
That's just hilarious. I completely didn't realize that was not in English.
I actually appropriately agree that it should not have been called Heavy Metal 2000. Fact 2 was so much fucking better. Fucking better. I'm sorry.
Can someone explain the fact thing to me? Because, like, is it a fucking planet? Is it a game?
No, it's
It's
a thing.
terraformed, yeah.
Yeah, it's hold
It's
on.
a fracked planet.
Yeah, it means something.
Yeah, and I never wrote it down either. Like it
yeah,
goes
I
by
totally
so
don't.
fast.
The correct answer is who cares.
Although with all of those breakdowns of the analogies and stuff like that, there are times where Julie, the main character actress, so the main character is actually named after and modeled after another actress named Julie.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice
so
actress
she's
is
like
Julie,
6'1",
right?
and she gets pissed off that people like make her like 5'5" and different things. So she was happy that they actually made her, actually proportionate in this. But yeah, so there's different times where they're looking at different planets and stuff like that, and going through the computer system. And there's one where it's just like, you are FKD, and it's just like, you're fucked. And God, well, I'm trying to remember what the other one is. I've got it right here.
Well, FAC 2 stands for Federation Assigned Ketogenic Kill Zone to the second level.
Oh my god, that's so lame.
Oh, the second one, the approach coordinates are anus 6370. It's
Okay.
just like, wow. But
Well,
in the one that says you're fucked, it says 8881 or something like that, or 881, which is August of 1981, which is an homage to the original.
oh, okay.
Is that the
Nice.
original restate?
That's the original movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go on to the plot. And Steven, why don't you tell us just real briefly what the plot of Heavy Metal
Okay, I'm gonna
2000
try to make this brief. So there's some dudes, they're digging, they're mining, and then they come across which isn't it doesn't seem to be a green meteor anymore. It seems like we come across a crystal, a green crystal,
Right.
which I want to say what I believe is that is the Lochnar. Am I right?
That's how I feel. I don't think
It
there
could,
is like an answer. I don't think
Non
anybody
sentient.
ever
Yeah.
like said it, but yeah,
and I
basically.
I before I get too into it, I do want to point out like because like I did just watch both of these movies. I can't help but compare the two,
Uh-huh.
especially since it is a sequel to the other. Dude, the title card in Heavy Metal 2000 does not live up to the title card of Heavy Metal, dude. The title
True.
card gets like flicked off screen like it's nothing, like they even know it's up.
They did not give a shit.
It's literally just like, you ride the coattails for long enough until it finally drags you in the mud.
Yeah, dude. So this miner, this digger, he becomes like one of the most evil men in the planet, the most evil, horrendous
Right.
Tyler. so so Tyler,
His name is Tyler.
AKA Metalocalypse. What is the main singer from
Nathan
Metalocalypse?
Explosion. Yeah.
Nathan Explosion. Yeah, that's
Oh, and
all I
this
can think
is
of when I see him.
Michael Ironside of fucking Breaking
Yeah.
Bad fame, right?
Was he in Breaking Bad? I don't think he was in Breaking Bad.
No, that wasn't him.
No,
Michael
but
Ironside.
he was in a bunch of shit. I mean, yeah,
He wasn't
Michael Ironside
he
is fucking
wasn't the
awesome.
DEA agent in Breaking Bad.
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
No, isn't he? No, it's not.
He was in
70s
Total
show.
Recall.
Total Recall. Yeah, I always get.
Oof, I had a bunch of Breaking Bad jokes written down. I think I'm gonna need them.
I always get the dude from RoboCop and that
That's
70s
funny.
show mixed up.
Yeah. He was in Total Recall. He was in more recently, he was in Turbo Kid. He was
I love Turbo Kid.
Oh yeah?
It
It was fun.
Yeah, he was the bad guy in Turbo Kid. He was he's always played a bad guy. He was in Starship Troopers, Scanners, a bunch of cool
So
shit.
he goes straight to Julie's planet, which I think is called Eden, correct?
Right, yeah, it's Eden, but they're like, yeah, there's no life on here.
So yeah. So it's just a tribe trying to survive, trying to bring back life to their planet, and he wipes out all of them. All of them are gone, and there's two survivors. One's captive. That's is it Tana? Is Tana captive?
Oh, from the original Heavy Metal?
Yeah, isn't that the name of her sister though, Tana?
No, that's her herself at that point.
Yeah.
She went swimming through the water. Julie is Tana or Trana or
Tarna or something.
Right. Yeah. They don't have the same names. Like it's basically like here's the
It's
thing.
loosely
It's
based,
like
but-
it is the last story to Heavy Metal, and it's also not the last story of Heavy
so
Metal.
they have the Kardashians or something like that. The major druid warns about it, and it's just like you think that he's talking about who she's supposed to turn into, and I'm not going to spoil the end of our stuff, but tables turn. Let's just put it that way.
Oh,
so.
shit.
So we go on. So Julie wants to find her sister. She takes some scumbag that for some reason was kicked off the ship and not murdered, which seems out of Tyler's MO. But he leaves a message that says facts, what I thought, but it might say fact 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
so it says
fuck
fact 2, leaves a
or
message,
feck.
and then
Yeah.
she goes to Heavy Metal Fact 2 the game, and she parks to anyway, I think I'm getting too much into detail. She goes
Yeah.
after Tyler. Tyler is fucking trying to find immortality. In her ways of trying to stop her, she meets 2 guys. My favorite person of all time, Zeke, and some
Odin.
dude. Oh, Odin. She gets backstabbed somehow. Maybe I'm not gonna. She might get backstabbed by one of the people.
Like
she
19
trusted.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Things don't go
there's
well for her.
a fight with Zeke. She does end up saving her sister. Sorry, spoilers. And
That's
Although
fine.
she does have to fight a T-600 series Terminator during the time, but yeah.
yeah, that yeah, she does. And this movie is so ruthless on its like it's taking things and just like I wouldn't even say they're homages. And I
Dude,
think that's only
there's a
because
full on Helm's Deep fucking battle. From Lord of the Rings. It's just like all of a sudden we go from watching like Star Wars, Star Trek, something to like Lord of the Rings.
But I do want to
Yeah,
say I did actually enjoy that final fight. I
Me
really
too.
did.
I also
So-
really enjoyed that. All the
Because
fight scenes were awesome.
the little like gauntlet forearm armor that had
yeah,
the spikes.
with the spikes.
I've always imagined using it as a weapon, and I've never seen it until Heavy Metal 2000,
Oh, okay.
and that was
So
such a
Yeah.
payout.
I want to
Like
put it out there
Batman
real quick.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. Batman never uses them.
You were just talking about the Helm's Deep stuff. So from the Hobbit in the book, when Bilbo ends up getting knocked out and the whole war occurs around him as he's knocked out. I kind of feel like this movie is what happened with the newer movies that actually tried to recreate the war, and everything kind of came
So
back
you're
a little
kind of
more
like Bilbo
convoluted.
in this situation on how you were sleeping during the fight.
I was sleeping during the fight 3 times in a row.
You're 3
It took
times the
today to
man
finally
Bilbo
finish
was.
the movie.
But no, that shit is pretty cool. Like I really liked how it's just like there's this ultimate battle and that they're just like giving all they got to just like lay defense against like all these like I don't know crocodile motherfuckers coming
Yeah,
at them.
lizard men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Although
like
they do fight very, very diligently, and so
yeah, here's the thing. Like the original story in Heavy Metal, they're orcs. This time they ripped off the Lord of the Rings, but they removed the orc part. It was like, yeah, they're just like space bikers, and I like the space bikers too. Space bikers is pretty tight.
you're freaking me out, Steven. All those colors.
I don't understand.
He says, "I'll drink it off."
I'll drink it off.
I love it.
So yeah, I guess let's go ahead into like what makes this movie good and what makes it bad. It's very unpopular, so let's try to figure out why do people hate this movie.
I would like to say I really think it has to do with like comparatively speaking. Like when we
Okay.
have Heavy Metal and you look at it compared to Heavy Metal 2000, it's hard to believe, but I think 2000 is less thought out than Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
It's just
Like-
I think it's you're comparing like a classic, an iconic pioneer in like even modern day cartoons and animation
So
versus like a cash grab.
My
Yeah.
my concept with this is so I unfortunately didn't do enough of my homework to see who did the artistic design, but it's very along the lines of Titan AE. during that same time.
okay.
Treasure
that was
Planet.
created. Yeah, Treasure Planet. Like that. Those were both done in that same art style, and some of it was probably still not Kodachrome. What is it called?
Oh, rotoscope.
Rotoscope. And because some of them almost seemed like they were following human aspects, and the way that Julie's character physically was supposed to be based around her, I can only assume that was also the same case. And so I'm going to take it with a grain of salt that the artistic quality can kind of slow down during that segment, but this was during a learning aspect of
Yeah,
the media for the
that's
human
true.
social aspect. And so between 1998 to 2005, like that's a painful sign.
Yeah, exactly. Like especially at the end,
Going
what
into the
all the
digital media.
yeah, exactly. All the CGI, especially the big bad guy who just shows up for no reason at the very
Mhm.
end. It's like, yeah. I mean, there's so much to unpack here.
When
So
Odin, after he transforms, like runs up the stairs, it's just like,
Oh,
oh, that's bad.
yeah, it
yeah,
is so
he's
bad.
a CGI like lizard monster. And he's just
Because and we've learned throughout time that like if we have if you have crappy CGI, it's like don't make it realistic, just make it cool looking. And they
Yeah,
didn't,
draw it by
they
But
didn't do
this
that.
is
point,
2000, dude. Like I would be surprised if they didn't do a shitty CGI in 2000. This is the
Yeah,
same,
this is
same time that
actual year
Godzilla came out.
2000.
Yeah,
That's very true. Yeah. I remember coming out of the theater during Godzilla, and it was just like, wow, that's the equivalent of Jurassic Park 3. And then I go back and look at it these days, I just want to slap younger me.
yeah. What else? Yeah. So like that's another thing that's stupid is like the like the characters make no sense. Like yeah, Odin, this guy who's like the protector of this
I was
thing,
rooting for that mofo.
and then all of
He
a
also
sudden
leads fucking himself to his own doom again. Like
Yeah.
just like the Lochnar did in Heavy Metal, Odin also like fucked himself over by helping this woman.
I wasn't a fan of the end of
exactly.
Nathan Explosion either, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like yeah, the character who's just like helping our protagonist is just like all of a sudden like, oh, I'll be the villain at the very end after Tyler's defeated, and it's just like, I mean, like it has potential. That could have been a really cool reveal, but
It
they
would
did
have
absolutely
changed the
nothing.
story.
They did absolutely nothing to like hint at it. And it was just like, what do we do for like, like what we have this cool CGI effect. What are we gonna do with this? Oh, I know. Like, let's make that one guy who's helping them turn into the big.
And then while
guy.
we're talking about the animation, dude, I really liked the character design and fucking despised the lighting.
Yeah.
I could not
Okay.
stand the lighting in that movie. I think it was like very cheesy and horrible. But
Yeah.
other than that,
The only thing that really disturbed me, probably the most profusely, is the fact that Tyler kept his name Tyler. That is the most like undemanding name that a nemesis could have. It's just like
it
Tyler.
strikes
Why are
fear
you
in
still
my
saying,
blood.
"Oh, you were defeated by Tyler"?
Yeah,
You beat
And it's like,
Tyler?
he go like, see, now we're going into the awesome territory. Like I love the
Tyler
scene
loves Julie.
where like he goes to this planet with all the like lizard people and they're like fighting over lava, and he'll just fucking kill everybody. He kills the leader, takes a skull and put it on his head like a mask. And he's the most badass motherfucker ever, but he's still just tired.
What did he say when he put it on? He was like, "This is cool," or something. What did he say?
I'm not sure what he said.
He says
I
something
can't
about it.
remember. I've got it written somewhere.
He does like say some like random shit.
He's like, "This is badass" or something.
Yeah, he's always like he's always like got a quip, but none of them are like actually like
They're
smart.
misses.
So
Fucking
after he ends up killing the Lizard King, he ends up saying something like, "It's just like, man, I'm so worked up right now. I'm so horny. Bring me a whore." And that's when Julie comes in and she like stabs him with his own face mask, and it's just like, dude, you are the weakest mofo I've ever seen in my life. Like, you literally know that this chick is coming to kill you, and you still
well,
let
no,
it
he
happen.
doesn't know that.
No, he
doesn't know
does.
that.
He moves her hair out of the way, and he's just like, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, she had a hair in front of one eye, and he's like, "Are you a robot?"
You're not a robot, are you? Which our friend. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to bring this information in. So Germain Saint Germain is also an homage to Castlevania. Germain Saint Germain.
Really?
Who proposes to everybody toilet paper. What the fuck is toilet paper? Yeah. Toilet fucking paper.
Yeah. But anyway, like I thought that there was so much potential here because it's so cool that this like guy he just like busts into another planet. Dude, like it takes over everybody, takes over the king, puts his face on his face. Like it was just like I am the most badass motherfucker in the world. But then he's just like I don't know. He's just still weak. I mean, there's also no reason behind any of this other than he got electrocuted by a crystal after he touched it.
Yeah, he became strong to become the weakest person in the world, to be destroyed by like in every fight he's ever been in.
Like, yeah, I think that they were trying to go back to the original heavy metal with the Lochnar that like possessed all these people and turned them into orcs, but it's just like kind of really just pointless. There was no like reason behind anything that like all of a sudden he was just this evil guy.
I assume that he was like, and then like even his journey, like it's like, what are you like? What are you like? Are you compelled to go to this spot? Do you know what you're doing? There's no like. What's
I think it would have been better if he wasn't, like if he was just like a bad guy, you know, like if they gave him some character development, that would be cool. Instead, no, he just touched a crystal and now he's evil.
Well, their Nazi robot was what really made him more evil because they took the whole civilization and turned them upside down, drained them of all of everything because the tinctures that he was taking was drained from their blood.
Yeah.
Now he's evil.
See that? Yeah. But I do like the space backers. Like that's pretty cool. But what else is bad about this movie? Well, why does this movie suck?
The voice acting is horrendous, dude.
Yeah, like I mean, Michael Ironside was pretty good, but everybody else was pretty bad.
There wasn't
Julie
enough
was
Billy
really
Idol.
bad.
Julie was pretty bad. Yeah. What'd she say? She had some like shitty quips of her own. Like, was it good for you?
Oh, that was the. Oh my god. Oh, that was so corny, dude.
Most of her vocals were just scoffs and like guttural like motions and stuff like that.
Right. Wasn't good for you. Oh. Dude, there was someone in the theater going, yeah. Like,
is that all that the person in the theater was doing?
Oh, dude, no. Like, yes.
Also,
good for me.
So let's also go back to how much this movie distanced itself from the original heavy metal. They're like, we're gonna make a new story, but it's also like, let's have this chick like take all of her clothes off and go swimming, and then put on like the red thong and all that shit. Like in the first movie, but this
Yeah,
isn't
they
that
homaged
story.
it. That was
So
kind of
the
cool.
I
like
do
that.
agree that this armor was a little bit more actually like combat ready than
It
the
had some
original one.
spikes on it.
Yeah, no, and she actually used it. Like I was appreciative
Yeah,
of that.
that was
And
cool.
but yeah, it kind of made the fight a little short. Ooh.
Right. Yeah. We're kind of getting into the good territory there. What did you guys think about the Rock guy?
Zeke, dude, I love Zeke. Zeke
Yeah.
saved that movie. I thought of having a prop where I was like, here's all the redeeming qualities of the movie, and it was just going to be a sheet of paper that said Zeke millions of times on it.
Well, what about the part? Well, he's like at the very end. He's just like, farewell, soft one. I will always remember you, and he just like rises up to like fucking space.
Fucking cool, dude. Are you kidding me? That was so awesome, man. I love Zeke. From the moment he started rolling while having his hands out, I was like, okay,
Oh yeah.
we got something here. This is something interesting.
Okay.
And then when he saves the fucking world or the universe, that's when I was like, there we go, Zeke. Did it, my boy.
Right. Okay. Well. What?
So you just asked me what I thought about The Rock, and I was just going to tell you what I thought I smelled cooking.
Yeah.
And that smells delicious.
What? Yeah, they should have gotten fucking Dwayne Johnson to do his voice. That would have been perfect.
They would have made him a scorpion. That's even worse than this movie, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, we should probably cover that on this show.
For real.
I've
Brought me
actually
back to the
never seen the
Scorpion
Scorpion
episode.
King. I've like I saw the Mummy too, but I never saw the Scorpion King.
I hate Brendan Fraser. I avoid anything Brendan Fraser.
Really?
Yeah.
You're definitely
That's for a
minority in
different.
that
That's
one.
for a different time.
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser is the most wholesome thing that this universe has ever come to understand at this point.
Stop.
But where everybody after you said that, everybody's just gonna like gives us just a video a thumbs down and
Yeah, please,
We've got
please
unhappy
please don't
faces.
tune out. I was just kidding. I love Brendan Fraser. No.
All right. So what else is bad about this movie? So we've covered the CGI.
Wait. How you gonna
covered
talk
the
about
story
what's
that makes
bad?
no sense.
Talk about Zeke and act like he's part of the same.
Well, we haven't
How do
gotten.
you feel about Zeke?
I'm mixed because it's like it totally it just doesn't belong with the whole space
He's
sci-fi shit.
Kind of like a Jar Jar Binks character, and I can get that. Kind of like, what are you doing
Mm.
here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But at the
He's
same
definitely
time,
less clumsy.
Exactly. Like he's like if Jar Jar
He's
Binks
definitely
was
better. He's way better than
likable.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
So, dude, how much would like Phantom Menace be improved if instead of Jar Jar Menace they had Zeke?
You made
Well,
me so happy.
at least in the Phantom Menace, they would have given more time to Zeke to actually understand his physique and his
Nice.
whole concept of his actual lifestyle.
His physique.
Like in this movie, he had like less than 3 minutes of time. I didn't even know who he was after watching it 3 times, passing out 3 times, until I finally saw the ending. It's just like, oh, you're the voice in the beginning. That makes a lot more sense.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
he's
that's really
just-
cool.
He's just like a protector who doesn't protect shit.
Is
He
there a
just
part
overheard the right
where we see
the right
Zeke getting
vocabulary.
created?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do see him getting created.
that is Zeke
Yeah.
being created? Who's creating him?
That's Odin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It turns out to be the bad guy for like
So,
out of nowhere for no
spoilers!
reason.
Spoiler alert.
Uh,
Yeah, the bad guy creates the good guy who eradicates all the badness.
It's a tale as old as time, man.
And it's weird. It's weird though that Zeke just was just created with this like conscience. You would think
He-
like the stone creature would just do whatever you tell him. But he's
a
like,
golem
oh,
with
no.
9 eyes. Yeah, he's of course going to be good, right? He's only like 2 feet tall, but
Dude,
he
this
can
is
he
so,
can fight
like,
armies.
D&D. I like this is just so D&D. So here's the part that bothered me was when they went on the boat ride over lava. Like, how stupid was that? They were just like, let's get into this boat.
Are you talking about the fucking makeout scene?
Yeah. The guy's like, I'll get you across if you kiss me.
That just showed like, because I was looking forward to like this like heroine
was pretty
character who is like smart, you know what I mean? And she just gets like,
She's not smart
she
at
doesn't
all.
even ask anybody what's going on. She's just like, I'll
She's
make
not
out
smart
with
at
this
all.
dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we're this is a feminist movie. Yeah. Yeah, we have this great
No.
female icon that is just amazing, but she's a fucking idiot.
I do also want to point out she actually tripped getting out of her spaceship, but like jumped down 3 mountains, 3 fucking cliffs, and landed on her feet.
Well, yeah, she's badass.
But she tripped getting out of her spaceship that was 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
It was a 2-foot drop, and she almost broke her ankle, and then dropped down 3 fucking cliff sides. And landed on
Do
her feet.
y'all
I
hear
don't know,
this,
dude.
future producers? We need to make sure that we don't trip down two
No,
feet
it would have been
compared
great
to like
if she
20 feet.
What if she did like twist or sprain her ankle right there, and then the rest of the movie she's like limping
On the rotoscope?
That's called character development. That's called 3-dimensional
No,
characters.
see, that
Yes,
would've
that would have
been
been
good.
down. Yeah.
That would have been good if she had like a twisted ankle and she's like, damn
If she had a twisted ankle and then did the cliff thing and landed on her feet, I'd be like, oh wow, she's fucking badass. Instead of like, this is like, again, 14-year-olds like writing their dream girl.
I like the way you twist it. No diggity.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, so she gets bested by this guy. It's just like, I'll get you across if you kiss me. And she's like, well, I got nobody has any other ideas. I could just look right here at this boat, but nope.
Such an uncomfortable scene too. Like we get hit with like a good 30 seconds of horrendous making
of
out.
slop. And then she,
Grotesque.
when she finds out that like he tricked her, she just kills him.
That was cool.
Yeah. I agree with that image.
But like, do you see the problem of they're like on a boat riding across lava and they're just like not like burning to death?
It's like a wooden fucking boat.
It would either like burst into flames or cook them while they're inside it, you know.
Just makes me think of Dante's Inferno. It's just like, somebody who gets inside, they're gonna burn. The inside's gonna be really fucking hot.
No, they were fine. It was cool. It was whatever.
That was redundant what you just said. It was cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm joking. I'm sorry.
No, don't you ever apologize. Yeah, so that what else was bad about this movie?
The concept, it's bad that they started making it. It's bad that they finished making it.
They're like,
it would have been really
idea.
good if it wasn't made.
Yeah, I think a lot of people share that same opinion with you.
But again, it's another experience. Like heavy metal had its flaws, but again, the whole time it was something fucking cool to look at. And I think if they had stuck with that, and I think they were trying to,
there were some really cool parts.
Oh, please go on.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole like I said. All right, well let's move into what makes this movie good. I like
Zeke. No,
okay, yeah, we got Zeke. I like the whole like there's this. She goes into a space bar, and there's just like all these like space bikers, and there's like I guess space strippers, and shit. They're just like having the time of their life. Like that's cool. I want to see more of that.
The
Like,
coolest
that's
part of
really
that
cool.
is that one guy who was just like drinking. He was
Just
like, "Yeah, I'm
nonchalant.
a terrified guy."
Like,
That was
you know
so
what?
fucking cool.
I think he was a Jedi. He's just like, I'm gonna just force maneuver all these bullets around me, and I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
and chill, like not even fucking thinking
He's a
about it.
great
This
Jedi.
actually very well could have been in the Star Wars universe.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so one of my concepts is when Tyler ends up winning after the
You look so pained to say that. You were just like,
I hate that name.
Tyler.
Yeah, it's such a bad name for such an evil super.
Tyler and Julie the Savior. Like, oh my god, like what is this concept? I thought that Julie was like the other chick's mom for the longest time until like the end. It's just like we're sisters. It's just like, oh, you shouldn't
The
have told
guy like
your
loses
mom
his
that.
mind. He's like, sisters. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's just like, oh shit, that just opened up a whole new fucking window of shit. Too bad you killed this fucking sex robot at that point.
Oh yeah, that poor sex robot.
Yeah, I mean,
And these
damn,
are
that was 2,000
Tyrannicans.
credits right there.
What'd
But
you say, Steven?
The people on Eden, are they Tyrannicans or Tyrannicans?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, yes and no, because yes, it's like if you go by the original movie, yeah, but also it's not that.
Okay,
I mean,
it is that, but it
Yeah.
not that.
Yeah,
so if you
exactly.
think about it, there's more survivors in this movie than the original movie because
By
Trina or whatever,
100%.
yeah, she was the only survivor, and it was the tear that they're talking about, the tear in the universal spectrum, whatever, that allowed them to jump to the next body. But this movie was more along the lines of a tyrannical race that actually was honing their experience and their lordlyship to conduct more of a slave situation to get their immortality.
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense. The more I fucking talk about this movie, the less it makes sense. God, why can't we just bring back the original movie? Come on, go back to a week ago.
Can we
Ian.
watch it again, please?
Let's just do an episode.
Just
of
Wayne's
Metal
World.
again.
Just bring us back.
All right. Well, we're on what makes this movie good. So the aesthetics, I like the scene. The scenery was really cool.
Are you a fan of the
imagery.
lighting, Ian?
Hold on. Let me put up the scene. Let me look at it. Let me.
So what I'm talking about is every character, like, because every character has a glow, no matter where they are, what they're doing.
I mean,
They have this like
cartoon,
glow.
Yeah. Let's see.
I was surprised to see this scene was actually in slow motion.
Yeah, I know, me too. It was like, why? So the cinematography of this cartoon is not great. But like, look at the background.
Again, I do like these colors, the character design. Like, I love it. I really do. I do like Tyler's
When you
like
kill
Nathan
someone,
explosion,
make sure
like
he's dead.
looking.
What the
I
hell?
hate that.
Like, this is all cool. Like, yeah, dude, gunfights in a bar in space.
I would take rotoscoping sword fighting in day over this.
Well, looks like happy hour's over.
Hey! Who's gonna pay for all this?
This ought to take care of it. Here, keep the change.
What? Holy shit! Grenades!
The explosions.
If he's a
terrible.
Jedi, like he's totally gonna negate that shit. It's just like these are not the explosions that you're looking for.
But it's funny you say that, Sloan, because the I feel like that scene is very Star Wars inspired. It seems very much like the cantina scene.
You're
from,
gonna go
A
home
New
and
Hope.
rethink your life.
Oh yeah, you want any death sticks? Yeah, that's the kind. That is the place I would go to look for death sticks.
Ultimately,
Yeah, I like that. I like the whole like Helm's Deep scene and all that shit. I like the like yeah, with they're attacking the planet, like that shit was cool.
Mhm.
Like if you like pretty much if you watch this movie on mute, it's pretty
wait.
good.
I was supposed to be actually hearing this.
Like,
I'm just gesturing and
Yeah.
like inferring.
This
like,
movie
what,
has audio.
what I was seeing. Like
no,
this,
like yeah, seriously. If you mute the fucking sound and then you just put on some like heavy metal, it actually is pretty cool. But if you just like read the script, it's just fucking dog shit.
Sloan, would you mind scoring this movie and me and Ian will like do all the voices?
you're saying with the music.
Yeah. You score the movie and then me and Ian will do the voices. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was doing something totally, completely different. But yeah, I'm just gonna say Final Fantasy VII would be way better to this. Nomura would do a really great soundtrack to this.
Dude, it is completely off subject, and I'm sorry, guys, but my ringtone is the Final Fantasy VII fanfare, and the first song I ever made was the Final Fantasy VII fanfare remake.
Nice.
Don't worry, the story of my life is the Aerith remake.
And the Shinoko Corp. I also remade the Shinoko Corp.
The Shinra?
Shino? Is it Shino?
Shinra?
It goes bah, 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 bah,
Shinra, I think. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So back to Heavy Metal
maybe
2000. There's no redeeming qualities. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, there are.
There are.
It has the potential. I mean, it could have been fucking good, but they just they dropped the ball.
They were in the wrong year.
So let's go to the first titty we see, right?
In the shower.
We see Julie land. She goes in. We see titty, right? And then Julie's like, and she's like, Julie's sister's like, "You're late," and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go." So it's like they literally wrote that for absolutely no reason. And it's like, well,
we need more nudity.
Yeah, it's like what are we showing the first titty for?
Yeah,
dude, it doesn't matter. Let's just say she's fucking late for something. It doesn't matter. We just need to show the titty.
No, the concept is that they're living in like physical society at this point on a terraformed planet, and it's just like you are late for a school function is what we're late for, and it's just like, oh god, this is like something that should not be on, like, you know, in a galaxy far, far away, long time ago, blah, 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 blah. All sorts of situations, but you know
who gets late for school functions? 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
This movie is written by a 14-year-old, dude.
Yeah, so was the first one. All right. Well, yeah, that's basically Heavy Metal 2000.
That's basically the show. Thanks, y'all.
All right, thanks for listening. I derailed everything. Bye, everybody.
I will say, however, that I found this out today, just a few hours ago, that shit, what's his name? The director of Fight Club.
That's
Um,
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
David Fincher.
Fincher.
David Fincher and
Fincher.
Tim Miller, both for like shortly after Heavy Metal 2000 came out, they were like, we need to do a Heavy Metal 3.
1,000.
Yeah, whatever.
You gotta wait another 1,000 years for the next heavy metal, guys.
They were just like, we need to make a new Heavy Metal movie, and then they never really did until Deadpool came out. Tim Miller did Deadpool, and then all of a sudden he's just like this famous director, and so they decided to resurrect their idea of a heavy metal thing, and they did it. They actually did another heavy metal movie. They brought it to Netflix under a different name, Love, Death, and Robots.
Dude, breaking the fourth wall in every dimension possible.
Yeah,
I love it.
Love, Death, and Robots was fucking sick. That's heavy metal.
That
3.
was great.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't call it heavy metal, but and it's not.
I agree with it.
I mean, it doesn't have any heavy metal in its soundtrack, but yeah, Love, Death, and Robots is like was supposed to be like the third heavy metal.
I think he's force choking somebody.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what y'all just said, but I had to share that information immediately.
Do it.
Oh, really?
Have you heard about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Oh, dude, stop.
Do it.
But yeah, also Robert Rodriguez has wanted to do a heavy metal movie, and hopefully he's still.
Okay,
Robert
here we go.
Rodriguez, dude.
If y'all
would be
could
fucking
pick
dope.
a director to direct Heavy Metal 3, who would it be?
I mean, yeah, Robert Rodriguez.
That
That's the
so
answer
badass.
to every
I would
single
say
movie.
I would actually say that. Yeah.
Every movie that we've ever reviewed on this show, Robert Rodriguez is my answer.
I want to see like a fucking
Dude,
David Lynch Heavy Metal 3, dude.
Oh my god, that would be insane.
Okay. No. What was it? Holy crap! Why am I not thinking of his name?
Give us a movie.
Give us some. Movie.
Come on, El Topo, Holy Mountain.
Oh yeah.
Alejandro Jodorowsky.
Yeah. He was going to do Dune,
a great
and
one.
that would have been a great.
I mean, that's
one.
what
I think that would have been great.
That's what I was saying in the last show, is that heavy metal was pretty much ripped off of his idea from Dune that they turned into the comic book, the Incal.
Oh yeah, that's what you were saying that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he was saying that, and like that would just be this perfect circle back. And even if he made, if Alejandro Jodorowsky made a shitty Heavy Metal 3, it would make every movie better. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it would be just like,
especially
absurd.
if he embellished a little bit on this movie, just as like an overshadow. And it's just like, oh, you need to watch this to understand the concept of what's going on, which makes this movie better. But, it's a completely ulterior motive.
However, I did hear that they were like going to try to make the Incal like an animated movie.
Fuck yeah.
The actual magazine. Yeah.
Did Jodorowsky pass away? Is he still?
No, he's like 90, and like he swears up and down he'll live till like 140.
If
from,
Jodorowsky
like, a bunch of
makes
tarot he's
a heavy metal that I want to turn off as soon as I start, Heavy Metal wins. That's the best movie series ever.
Yeah.
I'm not all about heavy metal. I'm a pop punk person.
So you're waiting for Pop Punk 2000 is what you're saying?
I want to feel ooh.
With like a fucking Iggy Pop running around.
Is scored by Green Day.
Oh god.
No.
Blink-182 and Green Day.
Oh my god!
I was telling people earlier, like my life quote comes from the first Green Day album. You know, times are getting tough when you cannot get the top off the bottom of the barrel.
You can't get the top off the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All I know is that I don't know nothing.
Hey, you got it.
Well, anyway, let's move on to the next segment.
So I just want to point out, like, do you
Go
guys
ahead.
see how short the fucking good things about the movie segment was?
And we keep like going back to the bad too.
Yeah,
that's
even
great.
even in the good, we're like still like dragging on this fucking movie, dude. I seriously was thinking about turning it off and being like, I didn't watch it. That's where the joke comes from. That's
Oh, okay.
I
I want to fucking say that is like I don't know. Like it just like I'm the kind of guy that like sees the good in everything. I'm just like this could work. And like I see the stuff that I do like about it. But yeah, it's just like it just makes no sense. And it's like there's it's the imagery, like I said, and the scenery, which is fucking dope. But then the script just destroys it.
I wanted to not like heavy metal, and I thought it was so cool.
Really?
And yeah, I wanted to not like heavy metal, and I wanted to like Heavy Metal 2000, dude.
See, that's where you fucked up.
Yeah, that's exactly where I fucked up.
You came in with too high expectations. See, like I always knew that it was bad before I saw it.
And my high
Everybody
expectation
told
was
me
thinking
this
it might
movie
be good.
sucks, and so I was like, all right, this movie sucks. And then that's when I saw the good stuff that came up. It's when you look at it with like a high expectation or a medium expectation. If you look at it with like, oh, just like this movie is just will be like kind of all right, then that's where you fuck up. You have to look
it's
at
like
it like
going
this
into
is
the
total
new
dog
Star
shit.
Wars movies. It's like these are family movies now. If you go into like expecting a family movie, you might have a good time.
I gave those a very high rating, and I got subpar every time. So painful.
Yeah, it's basically like they Ryan Johnson heavy metal. That's what they did with Heavy Metal 2000. That's exactly. I didn't even think about that before. Yeah, Heavy Metal 2000 just got Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, no, you had me at Johnson and Johnson. If I were to take a shot for getting my
God,
it would have been a Johnson and Johnson.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what fucking happened. They were like, yeah, so we have this franchise, we have heavy metal, it's great, people love it. Let's just like do it, but completely change everything about it, and all for like, who cares about the fans? We don't care about the fans.
Can we go back a second?
Okay.
Who's? It's me going back a second. Can we?
Wait, hold on. Just in case people weren't paying attention.
All right. Can we go back a second? Hold on. Let's leave it like this for a second. And hey guys, welcome to Cult and Trash Horror Movie Grind. Today I have Ian and Sloan, and they're going to explain to me who Ryan Johnson is. Go ahead.
What?
Who's that? Who is Sloan?
I did that. I did that whole like fucking build up for you to say just do that whole.
I don't know who Ryan Johnson is.
Ryan Johnson is
Sloan is.
He's the director of The Last Jedi.
Nice.
Is there no Sloan here? Did I fuck up by saying that?
Yeah, there's never been a Sloan.
My name is Mud.
It's just Ian and Tommy.
I don't know where you got Sloan from.
As I said, my name is Mud.
Dude, Ian, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to calling you by your real name, Sloan.
Yeah. No, Tommy Gunn is Stallone. That's his real name. He just likes to call himself Tommy Gunn
And Mud. But yeah,
and Bud.
you can do anything you want, my friend.
Is that a Primus reference? Okay, no, I don't
It
care.
is.
Who is Ryan Johnson?
I just told you he's the guy who directed The Last Jedi.
Oh, The Last Jedi?
Yeah, so like there's the three, like the sequel trilogy. Fucking
Abrams
Jay
did the
something.
first one.
He did the first one, and then Ryan Johnson came in. He took on the second one, and he took everything that J. Abrams did, and he was just like, "Fuck that shit, I don't care." And just like did a bunch of other shit. Like he just changed everything and just ruined whatever was left good of Star Wars. So
And that's why I
what they
watched
did.
The Next Generation.
So you're having a
I'm having an existential crisis right now.
Anyway, yeah.
Midlife existential or just existential?
So
Sorry,
Heavy
I'm
Metal
sorry.
2000 did the Ryan Johnson treatment, and they were just like, "Fuck everything about like, well, we're gonna take the last act of Heavy Metal with Tarka and all that, and then we're just gonna change everything about it and just ruin it. That's what we're gonna do."
Yeah, dude, like as soon as like the anthology part, like I was like, okay, it's not going to be an anthology, and I was ready. But as soon as I started getting exposition, I was like, I didn't know how much I wasn't going to like Heavy Metal with exposition, dude.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just like a bunch of cool short stories. Yeah,
That was
good
sick.
point.
That was
Yeah.
sick.
Right, we didn't need any exposition. We did not need it. It
Like
was
again,
just
if you go back
okay,
to
I
the
understand
Heavy
what's going
Metal
on.
episode,
But then
like,
again,
I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, okay, maybe this will explain itself, and I was like, oh, this is an anthology.
right?
There was zero
Yeah,
there was-
but then again, if you go back to Heavy Metal 2000, there's no reason for anything.
You've got
I'm okay with
exposition compared to expose. You know, the expose being the original, and exposition being the newer. And it's, you know, I'm sorry, but the people who are following the titties are going to be following the 1981 version.
I was following the titties. I hate to admit it, but I
Just
was.
saying, like they are rising exponentially at this point. While we are while we are talking about this, like those follows, they're just coming in only for the titties that we're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next segment, in which the prompt, in which I asked y'all to pitch your own hypothetical story for Heavy Metal 2022 if that were to come out. What would it be about? What would be the story? And Sloan, we will start with you.
That is not a good idea.
And Steven, we will start with you.
So I had seen there was the either or for the prompt.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, okay.
I had picked
or.
like which one I would prefer done.
So
And-
yeah, if you go back to the original Heavy Metal movie, which short story deserves its own full length that?
I would say the story of Tana, but make it good.
So it's just Heavy Metal 2000 again, but better.
But actually like good. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the vision?
So what would you do
like
differently?
a good movie.
So what would you do differently?
No, I'm just kidding. If I were to make a Heavy Metal 2000, I think I would really focus on like if I were to remake this movie, I would focus on the battles because that was my favorite part. I would have Zeke be like fucking the most badass dude. He would be in those battles. He wouldn't take one fucking point of damage, and he would just be
Right.
fucking he would still be small, and he'd fucking and but I do also want to pick again what was it? So beautiful, so dangerous, so beautiful.
Yeah.
Dude, I and not coincidentally, I believe one of those aliens was named Zeke, dude.
Really?
I believe
Huh.
so, right? Eugene Levy's alien, I believe, was named
Was
Zeke.
it Zeke? Yeah, interesting.
I believe. I could be misinformationing
He
your
was pretty
audience.
cool. He did a bunch of space drugs and then flew a ship.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see the story of fucking this woman who is taken aboard a spaceship and then like traveling the galaxy, and like how meaningless what they're doing is. Maybe they're fucking transporting goods, maybe they're just space truckers. And then they would have fucking Deep Purple space trucking too.
Oh, hell
Like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
it
That song is the jam.
Deep
That
Purple.
is like the best Deep Purple song, man. Dude, that
I
song
love
fucking
Space Trucker.
jams. Yeah, dude. Space Trucker. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
You did good. You did good.
But yeah, and then like it would just be about like this. You think like intergalactic intelligent beings are doing like these like super things that are above you, but no, they're doing fucking Philip J. Fry shit. They're delivery men. They're just like
Yeah.
here on Earth. I love that concept.
Okay.
I love
Dude,
it.
that could be a whole show about the future. It's like the future and their delivery cartoon people. And yeah. But if there's a robot, a wisecracking robot.
So I either say yeah.
perfect.
So in conclusion, just make Zeke a god or do so beautiful, so dangerous.
and they could meet up with Zeke, and he could be like. In fact, that's a Futurama. That is literally a Futurama episode.
Futurama was going to be what I was actually going to be bringing up, anyways.
What do you got?
So Futurama was one of the major factors that we were talking about during the first episode that we were playing. All right, but so my concept is not Futurama.
Oh.
My concept is a lot more disabled.
A lot more twisted and demented.
Oh. Beware, my readers. You're in for a scare.
Is that an R.L. Stein reference?
Maybe. So, all right. Tyler did not meet his end in the end.
His demise.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that.
Are you sure? Because it's really he got his neck snapped
and turned into bones.
Yeah.
Hey, his disintegration of his face did not mean anything.
No, yeah. If I learned anything about the heavy metal series, it's that nothing means nothing.
Looks are deceiving. Yes. All right, so he ends up actually surviving that whole concept, and he's actually able to reiterate the timeline, and he jumps back in time. And during the time that him and Julie are in bed before she stabs him in the neck, she ends up trying to stab at something, but it's just a blend in time at that point, to where he grabs everything. He contours the whole synapses of what's going on, and I'm bullshitting this. So I'm sorry.
That was me last episode.
but it's more believable at this point than what they wrote.
Yeah, true. Because they bullshitted this, so yeah.
So
Yes.
in the end,
they did.
yeah, everybody lived happily ever after. So yeah, that's my story.
All right.
I'm fucking myself.
I love it.
Sorry,
I fucking love it, dude.
Half-written lore. That is my story.
I mean that would be
Do we
perfect for
have-
heavy metal. Like, I mean, you bring that to the writers, they'd be like, "This is perfect."
Do you have an editor? Do you have a
This is
soundboard?
incredible.
Can we add applause?
I
know
could.
We can Kodachrome or
It's
whatever we
possible.
do to people too. So
I don't have applause, but I do have this.
you did good.
That's better than applause. Okay, so last time we did this, Ian, you didn't share. Can you
didn't?
please?
Yeah, I did.
No, yes.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't give us a prompt.
Yeah, I did.
What was your prompt last time?
He did.
Just
yeah.
a gist.
It was I wanted a street drama like like Menace to Society or a Boys in the Hood, like a street crime drama but in space.
I stand corrected.
With,
So
like drive-bys and all sorts of shit.
what's your prompt for this episode?
The bikers. I went more space bikers. I went like fucking what's it called, Easy Rider in space.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
You know, and they just like go around and like they go into like a truck stop station. And
You could
people are just
literally
looking at 'em all
sell
weird.
that to a
Yeah.
company, to a production
could.
company. All you have to say is like,
Yes.
I want Easy Rider in space, and Paramount's gonna write you a check for $100 million, dude. Like that's
Yeah,
all you
right?
have
And
to
right
say.
on
That's
in.
Like
such a
that
good
would
idea.
that would be all right. Thank you. Like that would be, and then there's a whole like acid trip at the cemetery part, like all that. I went. It would have to be exactly the same movie, scene by scene, line by line, but in space.
Dude, that deserves a slide whistle.
Like how I just had that right there.
I love it.
You
But
did good. Thank you. I'm signing off. No, I'm
yeah.
kidding.
Well, not yet. We still have to rate this thing. So, what do you rate it?
Can I go first?
Yeah, Steven, go ahead.
Dude, so talking about this movie has been like more fun than watching the movie. Joking about the movie has been more fun than watching the movie, and because of that, that is an experience from
Okay.
this movie, and because of that, I have to give this movie a 9 out of 10, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love talking about this movie.
Yeah.
I love fucking like going into, and that probably only because I've seen heavy metal recently. But like, dude, this has been so much fun. 9 out of 10, dude. So I would
Damn.
not recommend this to anybody.
I wish you went last.
No, because if I went last, I would
nice.
have been like,
I'm glad you're enjoying it. And
no, I mean, yeah, talking about it again, 10 times more fun than experiencing it. I
Yeah,
suggest you watch it with like, someone close to you and then talk about it, and you will enjoy
Yeah.
the movie 10 times more.
It's a good, like, so bad it's good movie. So I definitely go with that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as far as so bad it's good, and as far as like, yeah, heckling it and everything goes, yeah. Wait, hold on. 9 out of 10. What?
Oh shit! 9 out of
He froze.
9 Zeeks out of 10.
Zeeks. Okay,
Of
cool.
course.
Nice.
9 Gollum fucking kings amongst men out of 10.
Damn, he's going all out on it.
Right. Yeah, Zeke was pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. yeah, it's definitely really fun to heckle and all of that. And I mean, like, I was gonna give it a lower rating, but like you just brought the ladder up so high, so I have to also, because you did that, I have to agree. Like, yeah, I'll give it 9. 9 skulls of my enemies that I place upon my face after I defeat him.
Oh,
Yeah. So what do you got? 9
I'm
laughs.
also riding on the high on how influential I am. I just want to say
So,
that.
all right. Before I put my score, all right. So the concept of this movie is a little more intrinsic, I guess to say. It's very fluid for me. It's not like the original movie. The original movie actually had an anthology that actually carried on with the story. They wanted to carry on with the story for this one, but they did not actually carry the actual torch that should have been with it. So,
Are you okay?
so are you asking me or are you asking him?
You've just been laughing maniacally for the last like 20 minutes.
Because you guys both gave it 9, and I'm gonna get.
Oh, dude,
All right.
I just want to say, give it the enjoyment you got as a whole. This counts
Yeah.
as part of the
Exactly.
enjoyment you got.
We are
I give-
rating
That's all I
on
gotta say.
enjoyment.
I
and
give the
not
whole the enjoyment
anything.
all the time as much as I can, but so I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3 times that I fucking passed out during the fucking
Okay.
movie.
That's fair. That's fair. I like it.
You
Cool.
gave it a 3?
This one, not the original.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
He did
Dude.
pass out 3 times.
Gonna put it out there. I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
No,
yeah,
it's okay, it happens.
All we
It
did
took
was
me 2
bitch
days
about
to
this
finish
movie this whole fucking time. Like, what did we do?
yeah.
Dude, but how fun was it bitching? That was a 10 out of 10 time bitching about the movie.
Okay,
That's enough to
That-
bring a
that's-
6. You know what I mean?
That's the encompassment before the release. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Steven, you're great for the show. I'll definitely bring you on more often.
I'm so happy to hear that. Honestly, I absolutely love doing this. Like
It was
again, like
Glad to
doing
hear
your
that.
own podcast is so much work, but going on someone else's podcast is so fun, dude. It's
Right.
so fun. Listen to Deep and Deeper, an unofficial Adult Swim podcast starring Quicker Deep. Oh fuck, starring TueDaNK, Leafy Lynn, and Dink Ferrick.
And is that part of his name? And
Don't worry about that.
well, yeah. So okay, so yeah, there's the yeah. Listen, Deeper and Deeper.
and Caustic Cadavers. We're
and
releasing our second album shortly.
Oh,
and
no shit.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Is there any way we can get a fucking link to some Casa de Cadavers?
I should put it on my name. Yeah.
I'll put a
Tommy Gunn
description
Thompson. Yeah.
on here.
I've only heard it. I don't know how to spell it. I've only ever heard it.
It's
And I would love
actually
to
the French
listen.
inflection, so it's RES instead of ERS, like the American aspect would be. So it's even more
All right,
confusing.
well,
than it
on
should
that
be.
note, I'm out.
Oh wow.
What?
No, sorry.
The Irish goodbye. But here you have
Caustic Cadavers. See, I thought it was Casa de Cadavers.
Cadavres. Yeah.
Cadavres. Caustic Cadavres.
But anyway, yeah, check them out. Check out Deeper and Deeper. But yeah, so what I was gonna say is I'd like to bring you back on for another one. And so we've done heavy metal. We've done heavy metal 2000. Now there's a new movie that just came out last year called Spider Night from 2021.
I
Uh,
could get mine worked on. Ooh.
it right. It's basically heavy metal, but like redone. It is it's like the heavy metal 2000 that was good and much less sci-fi, more definitely more.
Is it animated?
It's animated. I have a trailer for it right here. It's pretty metal. Like, this is what heavy metal 2000 should have been.
There are things that man must not know.
That is
Manganiello.
Spine of Night. Yeah. Lucy Lawless is in it. What the fuck?
What was that?
Nice. You should just like next episode. You should just wear that. the
Dude,
entire
I'm
episode.
so excited. I'm so excited for this movie. That shit looks so fucking cool.
Emphasis on the I. Excited.
Excited.
But yeah. So since I mean, when I first saw that movie, it's not cult, it's not trash, but it makes me think of heavy metal. So I mean, we have to do it.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
the-
a good shout out. Yeah.
And that's the new rotoscoping right there. That's the
Yeah,
newest form
exactly.
of rotoscoping.
It's back to the rotoscoping. It's back to the old like 70s 80s animation that Ralph Bakshi used to do. It's like there's even like a unofficial Lochnar. Like it's not the Lochnar. It's like this this like bush that like burns. It's very biblical, but it's like it's very much like the Lochnar. Whoever controls this burning bush like is basically Tyler.
Can I control your burning bush?
Dude,
Yeah.
my partner wants to fucking cosplay as just one of those arrow gliders, dude. Like that's how cool that trailer was.
Well, it is available on Shudder, so
So are the thongs.
yeah. So watch that shit, and then that's what we'll do next week, and and yeah, so that'll do it for this episode. So thanks for watching Cold and Trash Horror Movie Grind, and yeah, we will see you next time.
I love you.